Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'm going to do a review on this Keurig K-Iced coffee maker. So this is the Arctic Gray color and it retails for $99. They also sell it in another color. This is the white color. Okay, so this Keurig K-Iced coffee maker, it's got an iced button. It's got a strong button, 8, 10, or 12. It's also got an add water light and a descale light. So up here where we add the K-cup, it's got a single needle on top. It's got a single needle on the bottom. And then around back, it's got a water reservoir that you can take on and off. So before you use this coffee maker, I recommend filling the water reservoir up and placing it on and off the machine about 15 times. I call that priming the Keurig. Okay, so this Keurig will take any standard K-cup. Now, I got some over ice K-cups. These K-cups here say brew over ice. You can use any standard K-cup for regular coffee and the over ice function. Okay, so first I'm going to make an over iced coffee, then I'll make a regular coffee. Now K-cups only hold 2 tablespoons of coffee in them. So when I do a hot coffee, I normally just brew it on 8 ounces. You can brew it on 10, but 12 is pretty watered down for me. Now when we press the over ice button first, and then we do an 8, 10, or 12, it's not going to brew the full 8 ounces. When we've got over ice selected, and you press the 8-ounce button, it's going to brew 4 ounces through a K-cup. And when you brew 10, it's only going to brew 6. And when you select 12, it's going to brew 8 ounces through a K-cup. Okay, so get your tumbler, fill it full of ice. We can take the drip tray out so that we got more room there. You're simply going to lift the lid, put your K-cup in there. When you close the lid, it's going to pierce the top and the bottom at the same time. Now again, make sure you hit the over ice button first. Then I'm going to do 8 ounces. Now the coffee is going to be really hot coming out at first, but then it is going to change the temperature. It's going to get colder as it starts to brew. Okay, and again, it's only going to brew 4 ounces. So it's really hot at first, but then about halfway through the brew, it's going to start cooling down pretty quick. So that's going to be a really concentrated coffee. It's going to melt the ice, and with the ice diluting it, it's going to turn out just right. It's a very quiet coffee maker and it's very fast. Okay, so there's our over ice done. So again, I like to stir it to see what we end up with. You can see it melted quite a bit of the ice. Yeah, that's very refreshing. That's about 37 degrees. Okay, so let's make a French vanilla iced coffee. I've got some syrup here. I put about 3 or 4 pumps into it, because that coffee is still pretty bitter to me, and then I like to add some either creamer or some milk. And this will make just a nice, delicious coffee. So we're going to give that a stir and give it a taste. Yeah, that's a very nice tasting iced coffee. If it's still got some coffee taste to it and it's still bitter to you, you can add more milk and add a little bit more French vanilla. Okay, so now let's go up here. Let's get the K-cup out. We can see it pierced a hole in the top and the bottom. There's how the needle did. Okay, so now let's make a standard cup of coffee. Again, any K-cup in there. I got the over ice. You can brew just regular coffee with them too. So this does have a strong brew. And what that does is the brew takes a little bit longer to brew. Let's just do a standard brew. So just press the 8-ounce button and it's going to start brewing. It's very fast. Okay, so here's our coffee coming out. Now it's going to be at a very high temperature. Be careful. It ramps up to around 194 rather quickly. And the nice thing about this coffee maker is you can brew one right after another. You don't have to wait. A little gush of air that comes out at the end to clean the lines out. Now let's see 167 degree cup of coffee. That's a very hot cup of coffee. I've been drinking the coffee out of here. It tastes really good. Again, let's open it up. We can see it did a really good job. Okay, so I got another K-cup in there. Let's do a strong brew. Again, you got to select it first, then the size. Now, when you do a strong brew, it's going to brew whatever ounces you have selected here. Only when you do over ice, it doesn't do what you select here. It's going to brew whatever ounces into your cup that you're going to end up with. So you can see the brew, it's still really quick, but it just takes a little bit longer. It takes about 10 to 15 seconds longer for the brew. Still brews at the same temperature. There's where the coffee's coming out. And I'm not getting a ton of splatters everywhere either, just occasionally once here and there. Okay, so the strong brew is done. We end up with maybe a little hotter cup of coffee, about 169. Okay, so Miss Fiona's up from her nap. She wants to take it outside. And she likes to eat her treat outside sometimes. Okay, so let's go over some dimensions. Front to back, you're looking at about 13 inches. Height-wise, you're right about 17 and a quarter, so it will fit under a kitchen cabinet. And left to right, you're looking at about almost 5 inches. So with the drip tray, you're looking at about 6 and a quarter. We take the drip tray out, you can get a 7-inch travel mug underneath there. Okay, so I got really super excited when Keurig releases a new coffee maker. So this one is pretty much a K-Express. It looks really, really similar to a K-Express, kind of same form. They added this over ice button. Now, what I really like about this is they decreased what the brew size is. So when you hit the over ice, it brews the proper amount through the K-Cup because it knows the ice is going to melt and dilute that. So again, when you brew an 8 ounce with over ice, only 4 ounces goes through the K-Cup. It's a really strong coffee, but once the ice melts, it dilutes it. I really do like the form factor of these smaller Keurigs like this. And I can't tell, these are the only 2 colors released right now. I can't tell which one I like better. I might like the white one better. Okay, so I'm gonna have several videos coming out on this coffee maker. Obviously, it's got a descale light, so I'm gonna show you how to descale it. The manual does tell you how to descale it, but it is kind of tricky. You gotta turn it off and hit these buttons. I'm gonna do a step-by-step on how to descale it. I'm also going to do a step-by-step on high altitude mode. So if you live at a high altitude, there is a high altitude setting for this. And then I'll be comparing this. They have another Keurig iced, the K-Slim iced. I'll be comparing it with it. I'll also do a video on reusable K-Cups. So if you want to use your own coffee grounds, I'll do a video on how to use the reusable K-Cups in it. And then I'll also be doing a reset. So I'm going to open this up and see if the thermostat has a reset in it. But I highly recommend, I'm going to do a video that shows what you should do. The first thing you should always do with a new Keurig is prime the pump. Lift this water reservoir on and off, 20 times. I've done it so many times that water will eventually come out of here. So that means you're pushing water all through the pump and the lines and getting that heating element nice and water around it so that when you first turn it on and do a brew, it doesn't overheat. I'll also be doing a video. This does not come with a water filter, but you can install a tall handle water filter. You don't have to have it on there to use the coffee maker. Okay, so the manual does say that it is going to tell us after 250 brews, it's going to light the descale light. Now this coffee maker will shut off after 5 minutes. So if the lights are all flashing right now, they were, but after 5 minutes, it just shuts itself off. I like that feature. So I really appreciate the release of this. It's February right now. No, it's March. So spring's coming. Iced coffee is going to starting to become more popular. So that's pretty good timing on their part as far as releasing the K-Iced coffee maker. And so I really did like the taste of this Dunkin' Cold and this vanilla caramel. This one tasted really good. This brew over ice. Again, you don't have to use an over ice K-Cup. Any coffee K-Cup will do. These I think are just somehow the coffee beans are a little bit more for iced coffee. I'm not sure how. And it looks like they kept things simple, having a single needle on top. They didn't put the multi-stream on there. So as of right now, I really recommend this coffee maker. I've just started using it. It's easy to use. I thought it worked very well. It's fast. Be sure and check out my other video. Cuisinart just released a brand new dual coffee, does K-Cup and a full pot of coffee, the SS-16. I'll put links to all of these in the show description notes. I am an Amazon affiliate. If you click on the link, the product won't cost you anymore, but I do get a commission from the sale. Again, this is my full-time job now. I really appreciate everybody's support. If you could hit the thumbs up button, that really helps me out. If you want to see more coffee maker reviews, hit the subscribe button. I'm also doing vacuum cleaners now, robot vacuum cleaners. I'm doing some cooking, also some like Ninja, some blenders and ovens. So the channel's kind of turned into a little, I call it the 3 C's. I'm doing coffee, cleaning, and cooking. So, but I'm still going to do all the coffee makers. I've got some more exciting videos coming on coffee makers. I got 5 or 6 coffee makers waiting to be reviewed. And some more exciting news. So I'm putting in a kitchen in the basement so that it can be a studio kitchen. Because right now this is our kitchen we use every time, and I got to set it up and take it down every time I do videos. So that way I'll start to be able to do some more live streams. I think I'm going to be doing live streams on Amazon and YouTube also. But I want to be able to have the product, get it out, show it to you in live with a live video. I'm just really excited what the future holds. So again, everybody, I really appreciate everybody's support. I hope my video helps. And if you could, please like and subscribe. And thank you so much.